Sallie McClendon was a highly respected business and community leader in Mayfield during the first half of the 20th century, at a time when women were not normally accorded that respect. She was born in 1867, 2 years after the end of the Civil War, when memories of that conflict were still very fresh. Just before her death in 1965, she recounted a story of the war in Mayfield told to her by her mother. In this excerpt from a family oral history interview with her granddaughter, Betty Cook, Mama Sallie recalled the time when the Union Army occupied Mayfield and conscripted the local men, including her father, to build a fort in the center of town.
The war was over, but the war was on, I reckon. But the bushwhackers were going from house to house, just taking everything they could see. If they wanted it, they just taking anything they could see. And my mother was on crutches and having a hard time getting around. And they had my father work up here on the fort. The fort was right close to our house on Water Street. He was up there at work, and he wasn't there because he wanted to be. They made him do it. Mm-hmm. He had to do it, or else he'd be punished. So he was up there at work, and they came in, taking everything they could find that they wanted. And they were taking all the food out of the kitchen. And finally, my mother said she just thought she couldn't stand anymore, and she got on her crutches and limped to the front door and said to the leader, "Are you going to let these men come in here and take everything I've got home with them?" He said, "Is that all you've got?" And she said, "Yes, that's all I've got. You've got my husband at work up there on the fort." And he turned to the men and said, "Put it all back. Go take it all back." And they left everything they had taken.